Hi. Before I get into this, I'd just like to say thank you for all the views on the video. Before this is my last video on this, so yeah, thanks. Enjoy. You may see some differences in this video. For one, I'm aware of the Lemberg flag. I'm taking that down sometime soon. Wilbur. I can't say, honestly, how much I am thoroughly disappointed by his response. He could have... There's so much I want to say, and I don't know how to say it, because I'm just disappointed, mainly. As someone who considered themselves a Wilbur fan, I am disgusted that he couldn't even get himself to say the words "I'm sorry" once. Not even, like, properly. His response was horrendous. He truly showed no sign of genuine remorse or upset. He couldn't even name Shelby. Whether that be to legal reasons, I don't know, but he couldn't even get himself to do it. He referred to her as this person and ex-girlfriend, and that is it. He didn't even bother to name her. Now, I'm going off script because I wrote a little script to make sure I didn't go off on a huge tangent. I can do that in the main point, but here I am, because I'm so disappointed. Whether that's parasocial of me, or I even if I had no right or proper reason to say that sort of thing, because I'm just a fan. I'm just another fan that just turns because Wilbur turned out to be a shit person. He went from a beloved and treasured YouTuber to being seen nothing more as an abuser. He is now hated by the very people who held him close and looked up to him. After his absolutely abhorrent and horrendous response to this situation, he got creators responses from this, like Amesy, CPK, Puns, Bilzo, even Tubbo came out on this stream saying that he doesn't want anything to do with him anymore because of how horrible this situation is. And there was this a tweet Rambo tweeted saying that they don't like about the thing about separating the art from the artist, saying just listen to a different fucking song. Which, yeah, just do it. Like, if you're gonna have those songs on your playlist and you're supporting the artist, even if it's pennies, it's still some sort of income for that person. I did it myself. I removed all of Wilbur's songs off of my playlist today after the response. I was hoping there was to be some sort of even slight sign that Wilbur had a good a sign that he is genuinely moving on. Now, in this tweet, he says he's moved on, he's becoming a better person, he's getting therapy. But if he really was, wouldn't he give a more heartfelt and more genuine response if he did? Like, if he had moved on and he'd become a better person and evolved, wouldn't we see a much more detailed, maybe like more empathic response from him? But we didn't get that. Instead we got a response that showed absolutely no remorse and just no actual empathy or feelings or emotions. We got an empty husk that showed nothing more than him to be a narcissist in a way. Now, the response he actually gave, again, it lacked so much responsibility for his actions. It, in a way, he just kind of made Shelby's experiences seem less. He demeaned them in a way, because he basically said, "Oh, they weren't that bad. Oh, it was a mutual love for it," which we clearly saw not at all from what Shelby said. Shelby clearly showed trauma and anguish and pain because of what you did, Wilbur. I'm disgusted that you'd even try to demean a person's feelings, let alone an ex-girlfriend. I get. Okay. So, I've got Wilbur's response to this whole situation up on my screen. Already looking at it, it's words. It doesn't actually. He talks about becoming a better person and getting, and how he was disrespectful, slobbish, and selfish, and yet, let me go to the other one. He says he has regret. Correct? So therefore he's willing to admit that maybe it was abuse, that it was not okay of him to do to her. Now let me read you the exact words Wilbur says. "The allegation of abuse, particularly in the form of biting, deeply shocked me." Shocked, man. Shocked? Throughout our relationship, I understood that from numerous conversations and text messages on the subject that this behaviour was consensual, playful, and reciprocally enjoyed. Man, would she have enjoyed it if she had to cover up her arms? Would she have enjoyed it if she was telling you she was in pain, that she was uncomfortable, that she was hurting, that it was pain, it was making her feel pain, and that she felt... This is disgusting. The fact that you perceived it as reciprocally enjoyed, and you know that you treated your girlfriend with disrespect, you treated your girlfriend with disgusting behaviour, and yet you sit here, you type it up, saying, "Oh, it's reciprocally enjoyed," but when you know that you've treated her with disrespect, you have addressed this already, so therefore can you have the brain cells to connect the dots? Again, he refers to her as this person. And the only apology he gives: "I want to extend my sincerest apologies for any pain that I caused," showing no signs, recognizing that he did wrong, but rather he wants this whole thing done with and over with so he can move on. "I want to extend my sincerest apologies for any pain that I caused." That is so typed with a man with no passion, with no actual want to apologize. You could easily give us the grief of pretending like you care, because anything other than this would be better, Wilbur. Anything but this would be okay, but no, you decided to type up something you don't believe in, something that you don't actually genuinely believe. You have completely and utterly just disregarded the fact that you need to actually properly apologise to the victims of the people you've caused harm. You've already said in this document yourself that you realise you caused her harm and disrespect, and let's use the exact word, shall we? Let's see, blah 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 blah. Disrespectful and selfish. This is exactly the same. It shows us that you're not mature enough to still be adult and have the respect to give a genuine and full apology to the victim. This is disgusting, and it's horrible. I found Shelby's response on her Twitter. Let's have a look at that. She starts off with a tweet by saying, "I could not have imagined what I would wake up to today. My ex pretending he thought I enjoyed being hurt, and all of my friends immediately coming to my defense. The support has brought me to tears. I don't even know what to say. I'll be back. I'll just be taking a little time." Now that's so fair, because that response he gave was absolutely, it's bordering delusional, in my opinion, because he's rather lying through his teeth to get out of the situation, or he genuinely believes she enjoyed it. What psychopath do you have to be to, when you bring someone you love to tears and pain, and say, "Oh they enjoy it"? What is going through your brain? What is running through your brain to imagine that your partner would enjoy that unless they have explicitly said it? What is wrong with you? And then she then says, "And for the record, I don't accept the apology." Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't. I haven't. Like, it's not even my situation, and I just know I would not accept that sort of apology, because it is totally disregarding any sort of sense that he has empathy and he is showing remorse. He has completely butchered it, and the online response clearly shows it, from the amount of people on that tweet just barraging him with insults, which, that is unbelievably the best thing I have ever seen. Seeing all of it. As this is one of the final sections of the video, one thing I want you all to take away from this is, no matter your opinions, if you differ in your opinions, don't go at each other, don't go to each other's throats, because that's not what the internet needs right now. What the internet needs is people just to go to the victim, show support. Like I said in my other video, go show support, love, and encourage that support. Turn that hate and wanting to go each other's throats into something good and supporting her. I logged on to Twitter. I went onto Twitter this morning to see what all the fuss was about, and I saw that Wilbur was trending. Understandably, yeah, he's broke the internet because he's given that response. What I wanted to see instead was perhaps Shelby trending rather instead or above him, because she has more relevance to this situation. Yes, he is the abuser, but we need to have her have the recognition, not him. He doesn't deserve it, and rightly so at the minute, because his apology was shit. It was literally the worst thing I've ever seen, apology-wise. And we've seen some pretty bad ones over the years. She should have been trending over him in every aspect, because it's more important, because she's the victim. He is the abuser. He doesn't deserve that. My final thoughts on this. His response was pretty dreadful, and I've gone through all the stages of grief in the past week. But at least I know that I won't be supporting him anymore, and I won't be a fan of his anymore, because honestly, he doesn't deserve it. After all of this, it's disgusting. and he isn't worth my time. I know that, because he's an abuser. As depressing as it is, and as much as he was one of the biggest parts of my life for a long, long time, he's not worth it anymore, because I see the person he is now. I'm disgusted, and I'm lost for words in many, many ways. But ultimately, we should be there to support Shelby and give her all the love and support we can once she comes back, when she's ready. Do that. Make sure, because that will be the most important thing. See you next time.